So today we got to play with one of my favorite characters so far in First Descendant. And what's cool about it, this is actually one of the first characters you get to pick early on. Now this Descendant is called AJAX, and he has 4 pretty powerful skills if you like running some type of tank. And what we'll do is we will be breaking down this Descendant in this video. So hopefully you guys are ready. If you guys are and are excited to play First Descendant Open Beta on September 19th, leave a thumbs up and let's get into it. So I'm going to be honest with you, AJAX reminded me a lot of the Titan from Destiny. Just a couple of his skills reminded me a lot of what a Titan can do in Destiny, but this guy is an absolute monster. So his first active skill is called Orbit Barrier, and what this does is it creates a barrier to the front of you. Now the barrier stats are based on AJAX HP and defense. When void energy is at a maximum, it enhances the barrier. When hit by an enemy, the enhanced barrier deals reflective damage proportion to the damage received, and AJAX defense to the attacking enemy. Now acquires void energy after creating a barrier. Now I will say this skill was very useful, especially when you had multiple enemies shooting you from the front. It protects you from the incoming fire and then allowed you to kill them before they had a chance of killing you. So this was definitely one of the skills that I tend to use a lot when playing with AJAX. The next skill we'll talk about is the Void Walk, which kind of reminded me of a Hulk smash. Jumping forward, then deals damage on landing. Now it inflicts stun. When using a skill while void energy is at maximum, it enhances the Void Walk. When using an enhanced Void Walk, increases the max shield. When the skill ends, acquires void energy. Now I felt when this actually worked the best is when I actually paired it up with another skill called Expulsion, and you're gonna see it right here in action. And let's talk about that skill now. So what Expulsion does is it inflicts damage and a knockback on enemies within range. When void energy is at maximum, it enhances the expulsion. And when enhanced, it increases base damage in range. Now, when I found this skill useful is when you had a lot of enemies pushing you in a group, you could take out some of them and then finish them off with your weapon afterwards. It was definitely a really cool skill to use, and when chained with other skills, it was amazing. Now, this 4th skill was probably my favorite. It's called the Hypercube. Something we might see from Destiny on the Titan. Now look at this, it creates a drone-shaped barrier, and the barrier stats are based on AJAX HP and defense. When void energy is at maximum, it enhances the barrier. The enhanced barrier grants barrier enhancement to all allies within the range of including itself. Increases fire attack, so when you're inside of it, you're just going to be more powerful. I will tell you, I found this one probably the most useful of all of them. Now they all have their own benefits. Some are more defensive, some are more offensive, but the barriers themselves are going to make this great for playing in group play. You probably always want to have a guy like AJAX on your team, just for the mere fact that he could create this globe, protect you, so that way you guys can recuperate if you guys have already taken a lot of damage. Now, with each Descendant, they do have a passive skill, and the passive skill typically enhances either your skills or enhances your abilities. Now, AJAX has a skill called Event Horizon, and that's his passive skill. So it says when using a skill acquires void energy, depending on the amount of void energy possessed, gains singularity based on stage. Now, singularity decrease cooldown, and the effect is boosted based on the stage. And when void energy is at a maximum, it enhances the skill and grants additional effects. So the passive skill is granting skill cooldown, additional effects on your skills, and different Descendants have different passive skills. So something you should pay attention to depending on your playstyle. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do a full mission. This is one of our missions in the game. And this one tells us we need to hold the defense line and defend the operation zone. So that's what I'll be doing here. It's more defensive mission. You might have seen a little bit of a clip of this in my very first Descendant video. But here you'll get to see more gameplay with AJAX. So we'll be covering the rest of the Descendants in the next couple videos. I'll be doing one video per Descendant so that way you guys can see their skills, their passive talents, and see some good gameplay with them. So that way you guys can decide what kind of Descendant you want to be when you dive into the open beta coming on September 19th. So enjoy this gameplay, and we'll see you guys in the next Descendant video.
Deploy barrier.
They're revealing their strategy. Target the enemy units trying to breach our defensive line. Thankfully, no harm has come to the facility. It's safe for now. Good job.